Hi, my name is Jennifer Kingston, and this is my video discussion number 2 on early hominids. I chose the Australopithecus Garhi as my subject to talk about today. The Australopithecus Garhi was named the first maker and user of tools. The first question is, where was the fossil or fossils from this species found? Well, according to Larson in Essentials of Physical Anthropology, the fossil was found in Borhi in Ethiopia's Middle Awash region in eastern Africa. Number 2, are any fossils from this species famous or well known? From the website humanorigins.si.edu, the Smithsonian's Natural Museum of Natural History website states, this species is not well documented. None of the fossils are famous. The fossils found were 1 fossil cranium and 4 other partial skull fragments and a partial skeleton found nearby from the same layer of soil. Is also included in the Australopithecus Garhi sample. The partial skeleton was a longer femur bone. This suggests a change towards longer strides in the potential for bipedal walking. Number 3, who found the fossils and how old? What method was used to determine their age? The fossils were found in 1990 and then from 1996 to 1998. A research team led by Ethiopian paleoanthropologist Burhan Asfaw and American paleoanthropologist Tim White. In 1997, the team named the new species Australopithecus Garhi, and the word Garhi means surprise in the Afar language. The fossils has been dated to be about 2.5 million years ago, and the method they used to determine the age of the fossils was comparing them to already known species fossil species, Australopithecus afarensis and Australopithecus africanus. The hominid, how is the hominid different from its predecessor? The species prior to Australopithecus garhi is Australopithecus afarensis. Australopithecus Garhi's teeth were larger than afarensis, and 2 cusps were equal in size. Beneath the nose, the face had a primitive projection out, and the brain was small but slightly larger at 450 cc's. For the first time in hominid evolution, the ratio of arm length to the leg length was much more human-like. And these features, combined with the dating of being 2.5 million years ago, and the cranial, dental, and postcranial features suggest that the Australopithecus garhi was ancestral to the Homo. Number 5, what was the brain size or cranial capacity? The brain size is small at 450 cc's. The previous predecessor, Australopithecus afarensis, had a capacity of 430. So it's just slightly larger, but would be considered still small comparative to homogeneous size brains. Number 6, what does the anatomy suggest what suggests the style of locomotion? The anatomy suggests a bipedal style of locomotion. The longer humerus and femur suggest that they had a longer stride than the previous species. Now, the data and the research states that there's no evidence to say that they were bipedal, but that is the assumption or the hypothesis that they were bipedal due to the longer femur and longer humerus bones. Number 7, what do scientists believe the diet is based on their teeth? According to macroevolution.net, Eugene M. McCarthy states that the large size in its teeth, especially molars and premolars, suggests the diet was tough fibrous foods as well as meat and marrow. Number 8, Is there any known data or information to suggest the potential for language? Unfortunately, I could not find any websites or in the book suggesting that they had language, but in my opinion, with the changes of the brain size slightly and what it was going to lead to, that this was the beginnings of developing the capacity for language, but this actual species did not have any evidence of language. Number 9, is there any data referring to the potential for social behavior or cooperation? Again, there was nothing stating on any of in the books or into the websites that states that any known potential for social behavior or cooperation. But so I'm just going to state my opinion. In my opinion, from all the research, I would say that due to the evidence that Australopithecus Garhi was more human-like, they have identified that, and labeled the first maker and user of tools, it would lead to the hypothesis of potential for increased language and social behavior that led to cooperation, due to the fact that they found mammal bones in the same area that had scrape marks on it that would have been the tools that this species used to eat take the meat off the bone as well as get to the marrow under the bone. They had to work together to be able to hunt as well as use the tools and all that. So I would say that this was the beginning of leading to social behavior and cooperation. I had a really good time learning about this species, and I hope I gave you all the information that you needed. Thank you.